As of this recording, the outcome of the California SB 919 remains uncertain. Now, regardless of the results, there is significant work ahead of us. If the bill has passed, then our focus is going to shift to refining the uniform third-party seller disclosure document that's included in the bill and ensuring that other states understand what is actually happening to franchise brokers. If the bill hasn't passed, then we still need to develop alternative solutions for the issues the bill intended to address. I've learned from my discussions with the various regulators that this initiative was driven by several associations, including the IFA, the AAFD, American Association of Franchisees and Dealers, and the Coalition of Franchisees. These groups brought the issues to the regulators. They provided the data and they sponsored the legislation. They highlighted the areas that they believed needed regulation. I do want to explain one issue that we couldn't get to before the bill, decision date came up, but it does shed light on this state-by-state comparison of how the franchise broker regulations would apply. The California 919 legislation is being presented as similar to the New York and Washington franchise broker registration law. And so we wanted to put that to the test. And when we did, we found that it's exactly the same, except for the 18 things that make it completely different. To illustrate these, we have created an infographic called The Differences Between the California, Washington, and New York Franchise Broker Disclosure Law, which we invite you to review. Now, here's a sneak peek of 10 of those 18 highlights that are in the California bill, but are not in New York or Washington. Now, the California bill requires disclosure of 1, services provided and a description of those services. 2, compensation ranges and the calculations of the compensation provided by the franchise system. 3, the personal name, contact information, and email of the purchaser of the franchise within the last calendar year. 4, an insurance and bonding requirement for the broker. 5, it requires the franchise broker to violate existing privacy laws. 6, it provides for a private cause of action against the franchise broker. 7, it creates a wider net of who needs to comply, including lead sources and referral sources, and truly anyone who receives other forms of consideration or items of value from a franchisor, a sub-franchisor, a franchisee, or an affiliate of a franchisor, a sub-franchisor, or franchisee. 8, they must provide a uniform disclosure, and here's the catch, changing the uniform disclosure in any way to accurately describe what the third-party franchise seller does could be considered a willful violation of the law. And so therefore, it becomes eligible for the investment to be returned to the franchisee from the broker. 9, the uniform disclosure described is inconsistent with many of the services performed by brokers. And services change per potential franchisee, meaning it is a misdescription of services, having the potential to cause misrepresentations and therefore eligible for up to rescission. 10, it makes the broker responsible for rescission on improper disclosure. Disclosure must be willful, but the willful bar is quite low in this arrangement. Now, as we said, it's exactly the same except for the 18 things that make it completely different. Using the model of Washington or New York registration would be completely fair and appropriate. We would have no objection to that. But passing the California 919 off as similar or based on the same thing is simply untrue. The comment that franchising didn't stop in Washington or New York disclosure law is true. because those laws were reasonable and minimal comparatively. I hope this helps. Let us know if you have any questions and let us know what you think. Does Washington, California, and New York broker registration laws look the same to you? Remember, you are the leader that we have all been waiting for, and I'm here to help you remember that you are meant for more. So give me your heart. I promise to be good to it. Click the heart below and follow me if you are a courageous leader who is ready to stop honoring fear, to start operating in the zone, and to step into your potential.